All right, our next speaker is Nonkululeko Gobodo, who's chairperson of Nonkululeko Gobodo, and she was recently named the top businesswoman of the year at the 11th annual Standard Bank Top Women Awards. Please welcome Nonkululeko to the podium.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know whether this was arranged, as a date or something, that I speak just after one of my biggest clients. Yeah? Was it a date or something? Thank you very much for inviting me to share with you. I saw entertainers here, and I thought, I'm not sure about this audience now that I'm going to be speaking to. I thought I was speaking to business people. I suppose, we're talking about our beloved country today, South Africa, that we love so much. And I think all of us want to see South Africa succeed. As an entrepreneur, when you talk about, all these negative things that were spoken about, when you're a natural entrepreneur like myself who, plunged into business, and when people were cautioning you as a young entrepreneur that, it's going to be tough out there, how are you going to compete with the Big Four, and all the things they were saying to me, I was like, no, I'm going out there to succeed. So I don't allow those negative things to actually affect me. But let's be realistic. We are in the situation that we're in. And what do we do then? We can sit here and cry about the situation, and we all know the problems that we're facing in South Africa, what Brian has said in terms of unemployment, inequality and poverty. And we know that we do need to address those problems. And I look at, the people in the streets who are frustrated, who are burning the streets, because, when we're angry, we have to express that anger. They're looking up to us in this room to do something. They're not looking at the ANC, they're not looking at government, they're looking at all the leaders of our country, in the private sector as well, to do something about the problems that are facing us. And I'm personally very passionate about economic transformation, because I believe that it is an answer to our problems. Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot sit with a situation where the majority of our people are in this situation that I've described. We cannot sit with a situation where 10% of the population are providing jobs for the 90%. That model cannot work. We all need to contribute towards reversing that. And I think as an entrepreneur, I looked at the situation and I thought, okay, we're all looking up to government, provide us with this national vision of nation building so that we can reverse these things. But I realized that I could not just sit and wait for that. What can I do where I am? I need to take responsibility for my own economic growth as an individual. And so that's why we came together as Nonkululeko Gobodo to say we are not going to wait. And I look at where I started as an entrepreneur, myself and a PA when I started at that time. And now the firm is nearly 20 years, 30 years, but myself over 20 years. I moved from being small to medium-sized to large. When I was small, I was employing one person. When I was medium-sized, I was employing 30. Now I'm employing over 1,000 people. And for me, those 1,000 people represent 1,000 families. And I look at the cars that they drive, and the houses that they own, and the school fees they pay, and the clothes they wear. And I realized that we're contributing to the economy, guys. And it is important for us as a firm to succeed, not just for ourselves, but for those people and for the country as well. So when we partner both the political parties, government, and the private sector together to say, let us come together and solve our problems. Instead of blaming one another and all the distrust that is between government, business, and labor, that doesn't help our country. In fact, we're in a mess now. The country, the world is looking at us negatively because of these problems. We need to solve them. And so we decided then that we are no longer going to sit on the fence as Nonkululeko Gobodo. We're going to do something in partnering with government. Because you know, when we are entrepreneurs, especially us accounting firms, we're always sitting on the fence that we want to go into the private sector and all of that. So we don't define which space we really play in, although naturally the bulk of our business comes from the public sector. But we decided not to stay on the fence anymore. We decided that we are going to partner with government to solve our problems where we are. And what we can contribute to all of this is dealing with the capacity and skills problem that is facing our country, so that we can improve on service delivery, so that the government and the politicians can deliver on the people promise. Our people are looking at us. So I'm challenging the private sector to say government is contributing significantly to our economy. And this has to be an equitable relationship. How do we then all partner together to make sure that our country works? And Brian is right. We have to grow our economy. And we have to be creative in the way we do that. We have the large part of the population unskilled. How can you grow an economy when they are unskilled? I'm really excited, Brian, about what we're sharing today, because we are going to have 600 engineers who are experienced in another few years' time, where we are short of those skills in the country right now. And we have to come up with creative ideas like Brian is talking about for us to solve our problems. So I'm saying, what do we then have? These unemployed people, they are highly skilled. The entertainment industry, ladies and gentlemen, is the one that we need to attend to. I have a daughter who is in the film industry, whatever, and I realized that this generation is very creative. And as they were saying, that South African musicians are the best. Here's an area that we can do something about. You know, I was at a function over the weekend, and there were these young children who were performing there from Limpopo, and everywhere you go, there are young people who are being organized by someone who are singing or acting or whatever. Why can't you, I'm challenging you, entertainment industry, why don't you do something about formalizing this sector? Because, I mean, you're talking about small businesses, they can be small businesses, that can thrive. And let's grow this industry, and you'll be able to touch so many of those people. So we've decided that building leaders is going to be something that we are passionate about as Nonkululeko Gobodo. And our purpose is to develop legacy leaders who will change the economic landscape of our continent. That's why I wake up every day. So I'm not going to be depressed about the economy or anything like that. We are going to make South Africa work, and I will do that small thing that will make that difference. Thank you very much.